accidents in the workplace happen because of unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. Of the two factors, the common denominator is the human error, which can be expressed in so many ways. Workers unable to spot the hazards, failing to take precautionary measures, not following the safe system of work, ignoring the safety rules, and making shortcuts in doing their work. Accidents in the workplace can be prevented if we can identify the hazards. Magandang araw mga ka-safety! Nagbabalik na naman ang inyong lingkod, Kabayan Rico ng Tatak Pinoy, loud and proud. I am creating this special video to reinforce the campaign of every company to create a hazard-free workspace. If you want more safety videos, please like and follow my Facebook page, Kabayan Rico EMC, for more safety videos. Again, paki-like ng Facebook page, Kabayan Rico EMC. This is actually a page for more motivational videos giving you insights and tips on the different aspects in life. Para sa mga matagal na sa safety industry, just consider this video a refresher or just a sort of a reminder. Pero para sa mga baguhan, you need to study this video, learn it by heart, because this will make you a competent person as far as hazard spotting is concerned. Alam naman natin kung ano ang hazard. It is anything that has the potential to cause harm to people, damage equipment and properties, and even the environment. Let's start by identifying the hazards at unahin muna natin ang scaffold. Ano ba yung mga hazards sa scaffolds? 1. Materials, debris, and tools na pwedeng babagsak sa mga workers na nasa baba. 2. Collapse of scaffolds dahil sa poor assembly ng mga parts, lalo na pag defective na ang ibang parts. 3. Electrical wires causing electrocution, lalo na pag malapit ka sa power lines. 4. Damaged parts of the scaffold. Pag hindi mo alam na sira na ang mga part na gamit mo, this would contribute to the instability of the scaffold. 5. Unprotected side of the scaffolds is a hazard dahil pwedeng mahulog ang mga workers. 6. Overloading of materials na pwedeng maging dahilan sa collapse of the scaffold. 7. Untrained or incompetent worker is a hazard dahil sila ang nag-create ng unsafe condition. 8. Vibration of nearby equipment can weaken the foundation of the scaffold. 9. Bad weather condition can cause the instability of the scaffold. Scaffold pa lang yan. In the construction industry, isa sa mga activities na marami na ring namatay ay ang activity na excavation. So time to identify the hazards in excavation. Una, cave-ins or collapse of side na naging dahilan na nabaon ang mga workers. 2. Equipment or excavated soil na pwedeng bumagsak sa mga workers. 3. Flooding or accumulation of water na maging dahilan ng pagkalunod ng mga workers. 4. Contact with overhead electrical services na maging sanhi ng electrocution. 5. Contact with buried services like electrical and communication lines. 6. Slips, trips, and falls sa pag-akyat at baba ng mga workers sa equipment. 7. Exposure to hazardous atmosphere katulad ng chemical vapors, welding fumes, fogs, at ang tinatawag na oxygen deficiency. 8. Being struck by moving machinery or falling object. 9. unstable structure na malapit sa site ng excavation. 10. Falls into the excavation dahil sa paggawa ng mga activities close to the edge of the excavation. 11. Vibration caused by the equipment and vehicles passing near the excavation. 12. Improper handling of materials. By doing the risk assessment in every activity, we can identify the hazards and the risk, and we can make the right precautionary measures. If you want more videos, paki-like and follow my Facebook page, Kabayan Rico EMC. And by the way, we also have live segment every Saturday night, yung safety talk natin. So like and follow Tatak Pinoy Loud and Proud if you want to follow the safety talk on weekend. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang hazard sa crane operation. Una, equipment failure. Kaya nga, para maiwasan talaga ito, need ng third-party certification and operated by qualified and trained personnel. Second, tipping over the crane, lalo na pag you are operating in a soft and unstable ground, and overloading as well. Falling of loads, maiwasan ito if you secure the loads and avoiding two blockings. 3. Crane hitting energized power lines. Kaya dapat may safe clearance between the power lines and the boom equipment, at dapat may boom cage guard. 4. Entry of unauthorized personnel, lalo na pag walang alam sa danger at hindi dumaan sa induction. 5. Collision with people and equipment, lalo na sa swinging of loads. 6. Exposure to carbon monoxide from exhaust fumes. 7. Fire hazards dahil sa mga spilled oil or fuel. If you can add other hazards not mentioned in this video, just add it in the comment section so that we will know. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang hazard sa forklift operation. 1. Forklift overturning dahil sa biglaang pagtigil at pag-ikot at driving in an even surface, lalo na pagbasa ang area. 2. Collision with pedestrian and other vehicles, lalo na pag mabilis ang takbo. 3. Unstable loads or overloading na maging sanhi ng overturning of the forklift. 4. Blind spots can cause accident, lalo na pag full load ang forklift, which will affect the driver's view, kaya kailangan ang isang spotter. 4. Debris and other materials scattered on the floor. 5. Fire hazards dahil sa refueling with the presence of diesel and propane. At pag nag-recharge ng battery, a worker is exposed to flammable hydrogen gas. 6. Overhead obstructions na pwede namang maiwasan kung nasa baba palagi ang load while moving. 7. Unsecured loads which may fall and hit a pedestrian. Yan ang mga hazards sa activity involving the use of a forklift. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin, confined space. Ano ba yung mga hazards sa confined space? Una, toxic atmosphere. 2. Oxygen deficiency. 3. Oxygen enrichment. Flammable or explosive atmospheres. Next, flowing liquid or free-flowing solids. Excessive heat. Electrical hazards. Unguarded machinery or wires. Lack of ventilation. Limited access and egress which could prevent worker from escaping when blocked. Yan ang hazards ng confined space. Pag-usapan naman natin ang hazards sa demolition activity. 1. Contact with lead, silica, and asbestos. exposure to gases and vapors, high noise levels from compressors and jackhammer, being struck by falling objects, falls from height or same level, premature collapse of the structure, the silting up of drainage system by dust, manual handling, electric shock, smoke from burning waste or timber, plant and vehicles overturning, and collision. By identifying the different hazards, we can lessen the accident or the incident in a workplace. Kaya damihan pa natin ang mga hazards. Now, let's focus our attention sa ergonomic hazards, especially sa workplace natin na hindi tama ang placement ng mga equipment at material. 1. Poor posture. Second, awkward movement, improperly adjusted workstation or chair, frequent lifting of object, vibration of machine and equipment used, equipment layout and operation, poor lighting, noise from equipment, mechanical friction from poorly maintained equipment, and workstation layout. Akala natin yung mga placement of equipment or tools ay hindi nakaka-affect sa atin. You will feel the effect in the long run. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang fire hazards in the workplace. Ano ba yung mga causes ng fire? Let's find out. Una, storage of waste and combustible material, flammable liquids and vapors, block fire exits, dust and debris, overloaded power socket, overheating machineries and equipment, hot works activities, no tobacco smoking control, arson or willful fire raising, mechanical friction from poorly maintained equipment. To avoid manual handling, we are using conveyor for the transport of materials, right? But let's find out ano ba yung mga hazards if we use conveyors. Contact with the moving parts. Drawing in of clothes drawn into moving parts. Entanglement of the rotating roller. Striking of falling object from overhead conveyor. Manual handling of loads in loading and unloading. Noise from mechanical and machinery movement. Moving ends of the belt. Malfunction in the transmission components, couplings, and tensioners. I guess we're now learning a lot as far as hazard spotting is concerned. If you want more safety videos, please like and follow Kabayan Rico EMC. That's my Facebook page with more motivational videos. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin ang mga hazards associated sa garage workshop. Una, fuel leakage, moving vehicles, electrical short circuits on vehicles, damaged vehicles, exhaust emission from vehicles, vapors and fumes from paint spraying, hot work like welding, cutting, soldering, and grinding, naked flames from welding, poor working posture, trailing cables, noise from cutting operation, slippery surface due to oil spillage, slip, trip, and fall hazards due to items on the floor. Isa sa mga activity na dapat talaga nating bantayan ay yung maintenance work. Let's find out the hazards associated with this activity. Contact with moving parts, contact with electricity, vibration of the machinery, exposure to dangerous fumes, trailing wires and cables, exposure to chemical gases and vapors, heat and pressure steam, exposure to radiation and biological agents, working beneath the machineries, working with compressors and pressure vessels, and lack of adequate ventilation. On a daily basis, we are always exposed to electricity. Alam niyo ba ang mga hazard sa electricity? I'm sure kung matagal ka na sa safety, alam mo yung acronym na Be Safe. This acronym stands for electric burns, electric shock, arcing, electric fires, electrical explosion, other secondary hazards that are caused by the flow of electricity to the body. Para sa hindi nakakaalam, akala ng karamihan na okay lang kung magbubuhat ka palagi. Nako, pag mabigat, may epekto yan. Let's find out the hazards involved in the manual handling activity. Una, lifting a load which is too heavy, lifting sharp edges or hot loads, dropping the load on the foot, poor posture or poor lifting technique, lifting loads that are unstable or hard to hold, repetitive movements, exposure to vibration. It's a common knowledge na marami na ring nahulog while working at heights. Kaya dapat lang pag-aralan natin kung ano ba yung mga hazards sa roof works. Alamin natin. 1. Exposed edges. Unsafe access equipment or ladder placement. Fragile roofing materials, lalo na pag medyo matagal-tagal na. Overhead service and obstructions. Fragile roof lines and voids. Falls from girders and ridges. The use of equipment like gas cylinder. Exposure to asbestos and paint fumes. Slippery shingles due to weather conditions. And improper use of fall protection. If you think this video is useful to safety practitioners, please share. And don't forget to like Kabayan Rico EMC, my Facebook page with a lot of more motivational videos. Let's find out the hazards associated with petrol-driven chainsaw, lalo na pag nagpuputol tayo ng mga kahoy. Noise from the sawing operation. Heat stress working outside wearing PPE. Fire from petrol on hot parts. Falling items like wood and branches of trees. Burns from hot equipment parts. Dust, which is a respiratory hazard. Entanglement in chain. Slips on wet surfaces. Trips and falls due to uneven surface. Electric shock due to poor maintenance of equipment. Hand-arm vibration. High noise level of the equipment. Contact with cutting blades and drilling bits. Fire and explosion hazards. Entanglement of loose clothing. Eye injuries due to flying particles. Injuries due to contact with rough and abrasive surfaces. If you are in the field of safety, I'm sure you heard the news about the recent incident in the Philippines. May nahulog na nagtrabaho sa taas ng building. Alamin nga natin kung ano yung mga hazards so that we can prevent people from falling at heights. Fragile surfaces. Sharp edges on structures. People working above. Overhead obstruction. Bad weather condition. Unprotected edges. Falling objects like materials and tools, faulty equipment, poorly maintained access equipment, deteriorating materials used as platforms. Yan ang mga dapat nating iwasan if you are working at heights. If you think this video is useful to the rest of those who are working in the field of health and safety, pakishare na lang. And don't forget to like my Facebook page, Kabayan Rico EMC, for more safety videos. Maraming salamat for watching. And don't forget, with the pandemic that we are facing, we need to follow the precautionary measures, and the most important thing, pray. There's only one power that can save us. It's the power of God. So let's pray on a daily basis. Keep safe always.